this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today, as you can see, I'm not in my craft room. I'm actually downstairs in our pub. We own, if I say we, that's my husband Robin and I, we own a traditional pub here in Penrhyn in Llandudno in North Wales. And I thought I'd just use this as a setting for my little video where I'm going to answer your questions. If I say your questions, I only had 2 ladies take part in the giveaway last month. I asked you to send in 3 questions for you to win some goodies for Christmas in July. Before I forget to say that, an apology to Jenny and Kathryn. They are the 2 ones that send in the questions. I haven't sent out anything yet, but to my excuse, the longer it'll take me to send it out, the more I will find for you to have. So give me another week after I've posted this video for me to send the goodies out. I know I've got lots of papers, ephemera, dies as well. So just be patient, please. So they were quite interesting questions. So I'll start with Jenny's questions because they came in first. And her first question is there a type of craft that you would like to try but haven't yet? And I had to think about that very hard, and I thought there was something the other day that I thought, do I invest in that? And that was actually adult colouring books. I saw something on Facebook, and once you sort of click on it, it comes up as a constant feed, which was about Cozy Corner, Cozy Cuties colouring. And I was tempted to get a book, but then I thought, I'm not going to fill in whole colouring books, so I won't order one. I'm not going to start that, but I do like the idea of, you know, improving my colouring with alcohol markers. But yeah, that's one thing I decided not to do, but would have been tempted. But the other thing is, one thing I have bought but haven't really used yet, is I bought myself from eBay a wooden book nook. It will create a little pub. That's what I was looking for, and it came on sheets of MDF, and it took quite a while to take all the pieces out, so that's why I haven't properly started on it. But I've taken all the pieces out. I'd finished that last week, and I'm looking forward to putting that together, and when it's finished I might even show you that, maybe just in a post on a photo. But so that's a craft I'm doing at the moment. I am a bit more mindful these days what crafts I'm doing, because I have done it all. At the moment I'm doing needle felting and wet felting in my craft group. I've got lots of felt from years ago. I've done jewellery. This is how I started off with my sort of craft business, Cross Keys Crafts. I've done pottery. I did a college course, and a friend from the craft group, she's got a kiln, so we've done a bit of pottery at hers. Yeah, you name it, I've done it. I enjoy sewing, but I don't get my sewing machine out often enough. So at the moment I'm trying not to start a new craft because it just means getting more supplies, and I'm actually in the middle of decluttering things and letting go of things. So yeah. Then the second question is, what brought you to the UK and how long have you lived here? Well, more or less my husband brought me to the UK. I always thought I would end up in the UK. I've always been interested in English. I studied English and taught English at school. And when a friend of mine, German friend of mine, introduced me to my husband, who was then living over here in Wales, just down the road in Penrhyn Bay, obviously, you know, when we got to know each other, decided we wanted to be together, which was very quickly, soon after. Then that became an option, a possibility. But we met in 2011, but I didn't move over until 4 years later when we bought this pub. This was one of our locals, and when it became available to buy, we went for it. Took quite a while to get a loan for a pub. But yeah, so we bought it on the 2nd of April 2015, but I didn't move over till the end of July when I had finished the school year as a teacher. So I have lived here, well, it will be 10 years, end of July. So, and the third question is, what is the one crafting tool that you couldn't live without? I had a little think this morning, and my very simple answer is I really, really love my Tim Holtz guillotine. I would be lost if I didn't have that to cut my paper. I cut my card bases with that. I also chop papers if I have bigger papers. And I think I've tried trimmers. My first scoreboard, which I sometimes use as the We Are Memory Keeper scoreboard, has got a trimming blade. I've tried craft knives. Nothing beats a good guillotine, and it is really good quality, and I'm glad I bought the big one. It is a big investment. I think it cost about £45. I think I actually got it from my husband for my birthday one year. He bought my whole Amazon wish list. But yeah, it's worth the investment, and I think that's the one I couldn't do without. Anything else I think can be sort of replaced. So that's Jenny's questions, and Kathryn's first question. Were you always keen on crafting even as a child? The simple answer is yes. I have been crafting as long as I can remember. Yeah, I've done it all. Yeah, I always have been. I've been interested in art as well. Never did well at, well, did well at primary school and whatever, but I did actually do arts in my A-levels and didn't do well at all, but I think might have been due to the teacher, but never mind. So yeah, I think I said that in one of my past videos. Paper crafting, I came to paper crafting quite late. That was only 2019. And I do remember, and I think I have told the story before, I remember in the craft group we were donated a card making set. I think it was something from Marks and Spencer's, and you had little embellishments and little rhinestones, and you can make Christmas cards. And I did them to sell at a craft fair, and I said to my friend, I'm not going to ever do paper crafting. This is so boring. I don't enjoy that at all. And when I got into it, I didn't realise what a rabbit hole that was, but I haven't regretted it. I've really, really enjoyed paper crafting. I mean, all the techniques, all that you can do with it is quite overwhelming, and it's quite, can be quite tricky to limit yourself if you can't afford all the supplies. But as of late, you might have noticed that in my videos, I try to go back to basics, and it's quite amazing what you can do with just a few supplies in card making. I know that people don't send as many cards as they used to. That's why I'm not selling my cards anymore. And yeah, that can be a bit disheartening, but I make cards for the joy of card making, and I just give the ones away that I don't send myself, so I don't have a problem with that. So the second question, have you lived in any other countries apart from your home country of Germany and adopted country of Wales? There's only one other country I've lived in, and that is in England. When I studied English, I took a year's break and I worked as a German assistant in Peterborough in England, which obviously is another country from Wales. So I did that in 93, 94, just for 10 months. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that. It was my first time living away from home at the age of 22. And yeah, I met some lovely people then. And, oh, let me just switch off the camera for a second. Apologies for that. That was bound to happen, wasn't it? So, yeah, I met some lovely people when I was there. One friend of mine, he's in his 80s now, we're still friends. He was a teacher at one of the schools I worked at, so I made friends then. And it was a fabulous time. I really enjoyed that. And the third question that Jenny asked is me, have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a brilliant idea and had to get up to either do it or write it down? Yes, I have. Sometimes the ideas come early in the morning. I have probably written it down. I probably haven't gone to my craft room straight away, but I've done that early in the morning. I quite often feel the urge when I've got an idea to actually go into my craft room and do it straight away. Sometimes I have to stop myself because I've got other things to do that are more urgent. I'm recording this video, for example, now, and I should be cleaning the pub, really. It's not that much to do, and I should be finishing the pub quiz I'm holding tomorrow night, but hey-ho, sometimes things need to be done. So yeah, what I normally do is if I've got an idea, I write it down on a piece of paper or in my phone under the notes. Sometimes I type it, sometimes I scribble something on it, and yeah, that is sometimes helps me not to lose that idea. And I do sometimes, if I don't know what to create, I come back to those ideas. Having said that, I found one recently and I didn't have a clue what I meant with my notes, so that happens as well. Did you just hear that? That's my little kitty cat. Hey John, do you want to be on the telly? On the telly, on the video. So he probably wants some attention now. Yeah, but thank you very much, ladies, for the great questions. As you can hear, let me just lower the camera a little bit so maybe you can see who's interrupting us there. Can you see him there? Not sure if the camera picked it up. I shouldn't have done that. It probably made you dizzy there. Got you understand that, and now you're all wonky because I didn't put it back where I had it. So yeah, thank you very much for all those questions. Very interesting as well, and I hope that you who weren't able or maybe forgot to send in questions were able to learn something about me. And I want to say again, but I always like to say, thank you very much all of you who take the time to comment, who have subscribed to my channel. I said that before, I'm not making any money with it, but I love the community. I love to see recurring names in the comments. That is just great. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something that not only I appreciate, but that you appreciate too. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. And to Jenny and Kathryn, you'll be getting your goodies fairly soon. Take care.